Y así arranca el primer Es Esto la Fábrica del día de la fecha, esta hermosa sección en donde lo que hacemos es hablar de la industria de la música, una actividad que hace un par de años nada más precisaba de barcos, de aviones, de containers que movieran de un lado al otro del planeta Tierra, si querés, ¿por qué no? Cosas que tengan que ver con el arte, eso era así, se funcionaba de esa manera, y en un puñadito de años nada más todo ha cambiado, han aparecido las tiendas digitales, han aparecido un montón de estas cosas en la red y todo se ha simplificado. Y para hablar de todos estos cambios, de todas estas revoluciones para acá, para allá, para adelante, para arriba y para abajo, es que nos nutrimos de diferentes diálogos. Hemos hablado con productores, hemos hablado con sonidistas, hemos hablado con DJ, Raúl, hemos hablado con gente de todos lados, Raúl, ya hace un montón de años. Y hoy nos toca irnos para Alemania para hablar con los amigos de YEAST MACHINE que ya están conectados con nosotros. Hi, hello, my friend. I'm Manu.
Hello.
Are you listening good? Yes.
Hi, Manu. Hi, Raul. Yes, I can listen.
Excelente. Okay, my friend, I'm gonna leave you now with my friend Raulo. He's gonna make the question we make always the same question to other people. And later we're gonna talk about the present of the band, okay?
Perfect.
Excelente.
Todo tuyo, Raulo, todo tuyo.
You speak a little of Spanish.
Poquitos.
Un poquito, sí. Perfecto, sí, mejor. Más dinámico, más dinámico todo. Sí.
No abusemos, no abusemos.
No abusemos, perfecto. We are live, we are going to start with the interview, so please tell us your full name, where are you from, and how old are you?
My name is Benny Frenzel, Benjamin Frenzel. I am 32 years old, and I'm from the south part of Germany, near Stuttgart.
Okay, I'm going to make a little translation for the Spanish listeners. Estamos hablando con el cantante de YEAST MACHINE. Sorry, my accent. Penny
Frenzel.
Penny Frenzel is your name. Sí. Y tiene 32 años y es del sur de Alemania, de una parte cerca de Stuttgart. And can you tell us which is your first memory of you listening to music?
My first memory. So this would be my dad always listened to classical music. And I used to play cello when I was a kid, so that was my first impression. I think in our house, my dad always would play piano. That's where I listened to my first music.
Wow! And the information from the new music, it comes from the radio, from the TV, where?
Yeah, from the radio. But my parents weren't too much into radio. They had CDs from the 70s, you know, Janis Joplin and, of course, the Beatles, Rolling Stones, these bands.
And that kind of music, it was on the radio. We want to know, you know, which kind of music.
It wasn't on the radio. It was, they listened to CDs. So, yeah.
Okay. Bueno, lo que nos está contando, su primer recuerdo escuchando música, viene de una familia, el padre es pianista, se escuchaba mucha música clásica y él, su primer instrumento fue el cello, y los padres estaban constantemente escuchando música, mucha música clásica, desde los 70, como nombró a Janis Joplin y a un montón, así que tiene una data impresionante de música. And you tell us that your first instrument was the cello. You learned it in the school. Where did you learn it?
So I had cello lessons. I went there once a week, and I also played in an orchestra in school. But back then I wasn't like so much into singing or playing another instrument. But then I found a guitar in my basement from my uncle who died in the 80s. And that's when I started to play guitar. And the first thing you learned on the guitar in the early 2000s was Nirvana. And because it was easy, but also my voice was working well with this kind of music. So that's how I started to play like rock and stuff.
Sí, bueno, nos estaba contando que él tomaba clases una vez por semana de cello y aparte estaba en una orquesta en el colegio, y lo que nos contaba, encontró una guitarra de su tío que falleció en los 80 y ahí fue cuando empezó a tocar un poco más la guitarra y a cantar, porque el sonido de Nirvana, que automáticamente empezó a tocar eso, le parecía normal y su voz concordaba bastante, así que estaba mucho dentro de Nirvana. And when you were a kid, you were young, you were playing with people that were all musicians, or you play with anybody?
No, I just played with myself.
No. Play. Not play an instrument. Play. Just go to. You play food or that kind of things. You mix with normal people or not? That kind of things.
Music? You mean music?
No, not music. The usual aspects of your life.
I played football.
Okay.
A lot of
that
football.
Kind of
yeah. I was really so much into football that I was all in my head. That's also why I didn't have the time to play too much guitar, or I didn't found a band back then. So my first band was YEAST MACHINE, so the band I'm playing right now. We started in our late 20s, and that's not very usual, but Okay. Because I was so much into sport and football.
See, I make this question because I'm a real a metalhead, you know. I have a black T-shirt, you have a black T-shirt, we are friends. But that is not common, you know. So I ask that kind of things. Perfect. Thanks for the answer. And in your region, you have to pay to learn music, or you can learn it for free?
I have to pay for the cello lessons, for example. I have to pay. In school, the orchestra and stuff, that is for free. Ok, perfecto. Bueno,
nos estaba contando que sí, es un amante del fútbol, aparte, y por eso tampoco le daba demasiada pelota a los instrumentos. Lo que nos nombró así por arriba también, que empezaron en los avanzados 20 con YEAST MACHINE, que eso es algo que no es muy normal. Y aparte, bueno, que las clases de cello eran pagas, o sea, hay que pagar para aprender música. And the last personal question, can you tell us which was your first concert? The first concert that you went?
My first concert I went to. So that was kind of the first concert I went to see was in Stuttgart when I was like 16, so I could go alone there. It was a small reggae band from Bavaria. They were called Jamaram, and that was the first band I listened to.
Wow! To complete the cycle, when you were young, you listened to classical music, then Nirvana, and then you went to a reggae concert.
I mean, when you're young, you have to be open-minded to everything you encounter, and
Che, ¿en qué idioma cantaban los reggae?
Manu wants to know in what language the reggae band was.
I think English. Yeah,
okay.
It was English. Yeah,
it's interesting.
They still exist. Yeah.
Wow! And it was in a small place.
Very small place.
Okay, and
unfortunately, it's not there anymore. There are a lot of small, very nice small clubs that are not open anymore because it's tough, you know.
Decile por favor que si tiene el nombre de una banda que canta reggae en alemán, que después nos pase el link.
Do you know if there is any band of reggae in German language?
Yes, there are.
Perfect.
Some from the 2000s.
See,
for example, Ragabund.
Perfect. Then please send the links for us. It's interesting to listen to that.
But I don't listen to reggae anymore so much. But
it's okay. Wow. This is the interesting thing of make this kind of question. You know, incredible. Muy bueno, mano. Muy bueno. Sí. And can you tell us how did YEAST MACHINE begin and why you put that name to the band?
So I don't know about the name. It's very confusing, and there's no real meaning behind it. Like so many band names, it's just the sound we liked. And we started in the Corona years, the COVID years, you know, because we didn't have too much to do and we had a lot of time at home. So we wrote our first songs with. I wrote it together with Fabi, and he was really good at playing the guitar and. He liked my voice, and so we started with an acoustic guitar and a voice, and then other people joined, and when COVID was finished, we started to play live.
Wow. Sí, bueno, nos estaba contando un poco el comienzo de la banda. Did you know them from the early days, or they were all new people?
No, pretty much new people. I knew them for like maybe 1 year or something like that.
Okay.
So not old friends.
Ok, bueno, lo que nos estaba contando que la banda empezó, no sabe bien el tema del nombre de dónde salió, pero bueno, empezó durante el COVID, durante el coronavirus, y decían que nadie tenía nada que hacer, se juntaron con Fabi, con el guitarrista, con una guitarra acústica y empezaron a tocar los temas, las canciones pegaban muy bien con la voz de él, así que así arrancaron. Manu, estamos viendo también el desarrollo de lo que nos habíamos... ¿Te acordás las primeras entrevistas que hablaban del post-COVID music? Bueno, esto es todo. Sí, for us it was incredible because we met a lot of bands from UK, United Kingdom, and they say, now we are post-COVID. What? Post-COVID band. And well, after that it became something normal. In December of 2021, you released your first EP, Behind the Dead End, a studio live session. Why did you decide to make your first EP live?
Because we didn't have any money, so we used the cheapest way we could find. So we went to a school, to a music school, and we could go in there for like maybe, I don't know, 50 euros a day or something. And there was a guy, he had his all his stuff in a bag, and then we recorded it. And it was super simple, really quick and rough, so that's why we did it live. But to this day, every album is somehow made like this. So all the instruments play live, and then we use the best track, and I do the vocals later, and and the other guitar parts and stuff. But the beginning is always a live recording.
Wow.
No
bueno,
click and stuff.
Sí, no, sin clic, sin nada tocan. Qué bestia.
Sin click.
Bueno, nos estaban contando un poco que su primer EP que lanzaron, Behind the Dead End, lo grabaron en vivo. No tenían mucho dinero, entonces fueron a una escuela de música que era más o menos 15 euros por día, una cosa así. Fueron y grabaron, se metieron en un lugar, grabaron todas las cosas en una valija, así que tenían, y salió eso. Sorry, this is my personal question because I'm over 40, you know, and when I was young, you went to school music and you say, I want to play rock and roll, heavy stuff, and they say, wait, no?
Yeah.
Why did you think that this changed? That you can go with a project, you know, to a school and they say, well, okay.
Maybe because the teachers also grew up with this kind of music, and yeah.
Clever answer.
For me, like with my cello, it was out of the conversation, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfecto, ahí está. Bueno, gran respuesta. Y ahí está lo que estamos notando últimamente. Yo particularmente, que tengo más de 40, que está cambiando mucho, Manu, las generaciones, la manera de pensar de la gente. Y lo que yo le contaba, que yo tengo más de 40 y antes uno llegaba a una escuela pública y le dice, quiero grabar mi bandita de rock, y te decían, salí de acá directamente. Y ahora cambió justamente respuesta muy inteligente. Me dice, los profesores ya crecieron y escucharon esa música, entonces es como que están más abiertos a desarrollar ese tipo de proyectos. Muy bueno. Manu, ¿alguna pregunta?
A mí me gustaría, si le podés preguntar, cómo trabaja las melodías de voces, de dónde le sale eso, porque son bastante particulares.
Sí. Manu wants to know the voices, melodies. They are really particular. How do you work that?
That's a really good question. So most of the time when we write stuff, it begins with guitar chords or a guitar melody, and then I try to find a melody, a vocal melody above it. And most of the time we find it boring because most of the music, most of the melodies have already been written by some great band. So it's really tough to find something that sounds more interesting or more exciting. So at the end, we mostly stick with something that that's kind of special to us, and we don't know yet. So that's how it goes. Yeah.
Muy bueno, mano.
And just a thing, you know. Did you ever use the cello to help you to find that melody?
Not to help to find the melody, but we had cello in our recordings. For example, it's an older song called Seethings, and it's more quiet and more melodic than the other stuff. And there we used cello in the background. Yeah.
Qué nivel.
But we should do it again for the next one. It's fun.
Muy bueno, muy bueno. Se nota igual que hay algo atrás de las melodías, no son una banda de rock muy demasiado, ¿sabes? Que buscan la originalidad, está muy bueno. Manu le preguntaba por las melodías de las voces y lo que nos estaban diciendo que les resulta a veces difícil o aburrido porque la mayoría de las melodías, si uno va buscando o escucha mucha música, ya están hechas. Entonces lo que ellos tratan es de empezar con algunos acordes, ir metiendo cosas arriba y después buscar lo que realmente ellos sienten que es original o que realmente los conmueve para seguir adelante con la canción. Tremendo lo que acaba de decir. Manu, le quiero preguntar. Sí, dale.
No,
sigo. Sí. Why did you think that everything is done?
At what point?
In melodies or that kind of things, you know, because we ask everybody to what do they think about artificial intelligence. And the artificial intelligence is we take something for the old and we put it now. How do you manage that? What do you feel about that?
So that it not sounds like AI, you mean?
No, not that. The creativity process, you know. It's hard now to find something new and mix a lot with the creativity process.
So the easy thing about our band is
the audio.
Does it work?
Sí, no, it's okay.
Okay.
Excellent.
So we have very different musical backgrounds. For example, our drummer, he is also a drum and bass DJ. And you know, the two guitarists, Fabi and Tobi, they are also brothers. They had a death metal band in their youth. And so I listen to a lot of indie music, also like the English, like Arctic Monkeys and stuff like this. So it's a mix out of so many things, and everybody brings in something different, and that's how something new, happens. I would say, and it's
Wow, sí. Manu is out of offline. He told me that maybe you have something in your head about Arctic Monkeys, and you're not saying that. Wow, wow. You leave us shut up. It's hard to do that. Sí. Me dejó callado, Manu. Sí. Increíble.
Si estás así, que te dejó sin palabras.
Sí.
Pregúntale por los videos.
Ahí está, perfecto. Sí. Can you tell us something about the image? You know, the videos, the front pages, and that kind of things. How do you make that?
Yeah. So all of the stuff we're doing with friends together. So the recording process, the guy we're recording with is a friend. The guy who does our artworks is a friend. Now we have a new guy who does the videos for us, and I think what's special in our band is that we all have a vision in our head about how it can look and how the video could be, and it's sometimes I think it's difficult for the people who work with us because we have something really clear in our minds. And sometimes we try too hard to make it what it is in the end. But yeah, it's also always a different approach, especially with the videos. We don't want to make it always about aesthetics, but sometimes we want to tell a story with the song. Sometimes we just want to show the people how it would look like when we play it live, because we really love being on stage. And but from the beginning, we always said it's not only about the aesthetics. It can also be the storytelling and weird stuff also. We like weird stuff.
Ahí está, ahora estamos llegando ahí a, sí. Manu is laughing because Manu has a band too and he likes that kind of things. Perfecto, now we are going to the soul of the band. Perfecto, bueno, es súper interesante, ¿no? Me está partiendo la cabeza todo lo que está diciendo. Bueno, dice, le estábamos preguntando por el tipo de creatividad que tienen, que buscan cosas originales, y lo que nos estaba diciendo que todos vienen de distintos background musical. O sea, el baterista, por ejemplo, tiene un proyecto de DJ de drum and bass, el guitarrista y el bajista, que son hermanos, tenían bandas de death metal cuando eran jóvenes. Él escucha mucha música indie como los Arctic Monkeys, por ejemplo, y lo que nos dice mucho que desarrollan todos los proyectos, por ejemplo, de imágenes como son los videos o las tapas de los discos, con amigos. Muchos amigos están involucrados, y también lo que nos dicen que ellos tienen bien claro a dónde quieren llegar. Entonces a veces se complica un poco traducir eso al trabajo, ¿no? Que requiere llegar a ese punto. Y una de las cosas que también nos dice es que hay muchas veces que quieren contar historias, hay otras veces que no, y que están mucho las cosas raras, les gustan las cosas raras, y ahí me parece que es de donde salen la mayoría de las ideas. I want to ask you, do you think the band is on a genre? It's like stoner rock, metal, that kind of things, or you are trying to open that? Because I think that the stoner rock is limited, something like that. What do you think about that?
We always try to be more open with the genre. We never wanted to be one genre, but in Germany it's quite easy to be. So there are different genres in Germany, but for the rock genres there are not too many. So you couldn't be inside a scene, a grunge scene or something, but there is a stoner scene and there are stoner rock festivals, and that's why I think a lot of bands are part of this stoner rock scene, even though the music doesn't really sound 100% like that. And with our music, it's that too. We from the beginning we said, okay, let's start with stoner rock, but it was very clear from the beginning that it wouldn't be the classic stoner rock, because like I said before, everybody in the band has its own background, and that's why it sometimes sounds more grungy. Sometimes we also like to dance on stage and let the people dance, and that's why there are also a lot of dance grooves in it. And
Muy bueno.
We try to make something that's not one genre.
Sí. Le voy a preguntar, Manu, perdón que me extienda, algo que tiene completamente fuera de lugar. We are going to speak about the last album of Corrosion of Conformity now. They were out yesterday. What do you think about that album?
Corrosion of Conformity?
Sí.
Haven't heard it so far.
Okay, perfect.
But we'll do.
See, you're going to surprise. I think that you're going to surprise. Perfect, listo. We are going to talk about that later. Perfecto. Manu, si tenés alguna otra pregunta.
Yes, few years ago I saw here in Argentina the Samsara Blues Experiment from Germany. Are they one of those bands for that circle of stoner band? Or
definitely. I'm not sure if we play a festival this year with them, but I've seen that name a couple of times, so they are definitely in that circle.
Muy bueno. Hay que experimentar ese mundo del. I love the stoner band. I love the stoner, and I have to know all of those bands.
You have to come here.
Not only that, because in Argentina and Spain most of all, the stoner is really small, and I think that you open it and it's like what for us. So
pero tenemos a los Natas, but we have los Natas.
You know Natas band from Argentina?
No.
They are like the pioneers of stoner rock with Queens of the Stone Age and that kind of thing. Muy bueno.
Tocaban, eran teloneros de los Queens of the Stone Age.
Muy bueno, Manu, muy bueno. incredible to meet you. Thanks for your time. Sí.
Thank you so much.
Sí.
Futuros planes y nos vamos, Raúl.
Dale, sí, perfecto. Sí, you let us thinking, you know. And can you tell us the future plans of the band?
So this year we want to play a lot of concerts. I think we have 30 plus concerts this year. So you know, when you have a new album out, you want to show it to the people, and that's what we're trying to do this year. For us also it's special because we have more festivals, and some festivals that are not the super small local festivals anymore. So this is super special for us. But with us, it's always when we finish an album and it's coming out, we always already have 3, 4, 5 songs that are in the making. So maybe in the winter we can start with a new album. Yeah.
Excelente. Perfecto. Clever
That's the plan.
Perfect. Bueno, sí, nos estaban contando que están pegando con un pequeño salto a festivales un poquito más grandes. Tienen más de 13 fechas ya, 13 conciertos por hacer. Terminaron un disco, ya tienen, siempre que terminan un disco tienen 3-4 canciones trabajadas, así que van a seguir componiendo, van a seguir tocando, y la verdad que una banda impresionante. We are really surprised with the band and we are really happy to meet you. It's incredible what you are doing. So keep on doing, please. Sí.
We'll do. Perfect. And you too.
And just to finish the interview, we are going to play Falling Rocks.
Nice.
You have a future in that. Can you tell us what did that song represent to you?
That's a good question. So it's a very special song for us because it's our first feature on a YEAST Machine song, because we did it with Polly from the band Red Flags. They're from Cologne. Also a really cool band. So it's a really important song for us. And what it represents, the meaning of it is I think the feeling when you're on a party or on a gathering of people and you don't feel like it, you know, you think, oh my God, this is not the night, this is not the day, but then you meet someone, this one person, and then it's easy from that point, because with some people it's easy.
Beautiful.
Like you guys.
Thank you very much. No, it's been a pleasure to meet you. Muy bueno. Thanks for your time. We are going to send you the interview when the live show ends. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Llévatelo, Raúl. Todo tuyo, Raúl. Llévatelo.